Hi, my name is Marnie Dunning and I'm part of Instructional Services here at Gus Davis. In this video tutorial, Manage and Share Content through your Google Drive account, we're actually going to cover 4 different objectives. Number 1, how to create folders and subfolders within your Google Drive. Number 2, how to share this folder with your committee members as part of the search committee here at Gus Davis. Number 3, how to upload files. Now these could be resumes, cover letters, really anything pertaining to the job search itself. And then number 4, how to create Google files themselves. So maybe you'd like to create a Google Doc, a Google spreadsheet, or a Google presentation. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about how to create a folder. So here I'm in my Google Drive account. You can see I have different folders created here. Up here, this is called your breadcrumb. This is going to come in quite handy as we go through. But if I want to create a new folder, there's 2 ways I can do it. Number 1, I could go up to my breadcrumb here where it says My Drive, and I can click on New Folder. Otherwise, number 2, I can go over to the New button over here and click on Folder. So I'm going to have a new folder here, and I'm going to call it a Chemistry Position, Chemistry Job Search. Fall 2016. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Create. So there I can see my new folder. Now when I double click that folder to open it, again I'm going to go back up to my breadcrumb here. Here's My Drive and the new folder. If I want to go back to My Drive, I click on My Drive. If I want to open up a folder, I just double click on it. So this breadcrumb always shows me where I am. So this is how to create a folder. Now let's say as part of this Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016, I have 2 applicants already, and what I'd like to do is create a subfolder, 1 folder for each applicant as part of the job. So again, I can come up here to the Chemistry Job Search and create a new folder, or because I'm already in this folder, I can go over to New and create a new folder. I'm going to go ahead and call this one Bugs Bunny, and I'm going to click on Create. So there you can see I have a folder now inside of the Chemistry Job Search 2016 called Bugs Bunny. I'm going to create another folder for Wile E. Coyote. And I'm going to click on Create. So you can see there now I have my folder and my 2 subfolders within here. So now I'm going to take you to the next step, how to share this folder with other members of your committee. So what I'm going to do is I want to share the Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016, and when I share that folder, it'll then share everything inside of it, all the subfolders, all of the subdocuments, everything within there. So there's 2 different ways I can do this. I can go back to My Drive, and I can click on the Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016, and then in the upper right, I have this little person with a plus sign, and I can go ahead and click on that to share this particular folder. The other way is to actually open the folder, so I can see the folder up here, and I can click the little drop down arrow, and I can choose to share here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Share. And now what I want to do is I want to find the people in my committee that I'd like to share this with. So I'm going to go ahead and type in their name. What's really nice is it comes up with our Active Directory, so you just type in their first and last name and it'll find them for you. So I'm going to add in a couple people from my department, and you can add as many people as you want to. Over here I'm going to go ahead and choose Can View. The reason I want to do this is because I want to be the owner of all of these documents as part of the job search, and these people can go ahead and view it. This is highly recommended. That way when we pass this on to the records department for archiving purposes, it's going to be one owner, which is me or you in this particular case. So you want to make sure you choose Can View. You can add in a note, and once you've added in the people, Can View, and the note itself, you can go ahead and click on Send. So now my folder is shared with everybody in the committee, which is also going to be part of Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, and all the files that I add in here. So the next step is I want to show you how to upload files into each folder or into each subfolder if you want to. So let's say that I have a job ad for the Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016, and I want to put it within this folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be right within the Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016, and if I'm a Mac user, I can open up my Finder. If I'm a Windows user, I can open up my Windows Explorer, and I'm going to go ahead and find my file for this job search. So I have some files within here, and here I have the job ad. the adjunct instructor of chemistry add. So what I want to do, and this is very simple, is I can grab just one file, or I can control click and add several, or I can click on one, hold down my shift key, and select multiple in a row. I'm just going to add in one right now. I'm going to grab that file and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it right into my folder here, Chemistry Job Search. And you can see at the bottom it says drop files to instantly upload them to Chemistry Job Search Fall 2016. I'm going to release my mouse. It's going to upload the file and there you can see the document within there. If I want to open it, I'm going to go ahead and double click on it. Because this is a Google Drive, my Google Drive is in the background and my new document will open in a new tab. What's nice about Google is it will convert it to a Google Doc for me, and I can actually come in here, I can make edits, I can make changes, I can do any of that. I can also change the name if I'd like to get rid of the extension. I just come up here, type, delete, add in anything, and press enter when I'm done. And when I'm all done, this will automatically save my file. I can just click on the X there to close it out, and there I can see my document. I also want to add in files in the Bugs Bunny folder because I have Bugs Bunny resume and cover letter. I'm going to go ahead and open up that folder by double clicking, and you can see there's no contents within my Bugs Bunny folder. And again, look at your thumb breadcrumb up here. And I'm going to add in a couple files here. So again, I'm going to open up my Finder if I'm a Mac, my Windows Explorer if I'm a PC user. I'm going to find my files. For this particular case, I'm going to control click to select both files. And I'm going to click and I'm going to drag and drop them right within the Bugs Bunny folder. So there I can see my cover letter and I can see the resume for Bugs Bunny. If I want to open them, I can double click. I can look at them. Obviously, you might be getting cover letters and resumes as PDF files. They won't be editable within Google Docs. But if it's a Word document, things like that, you can. So you want to make sure that you're not changing any of that information. But if you wanted to change the name, you definitely could. I'm going to do the same thing for Wile E. Coyote. So I'm going to double click on Wile E. I'm going to again open up my Finder or Windows Explorer, find the two files for Wile E. Coyote, and drag and drop them into this folder. So that's how easy it is to add in folders and documents within those folders. So you can see I'm starting to build this up, and you might have 2 subfolders here for applicants. You might have 50, just depending on how the job search is going. So the last thing I want to show you as part of this video is how to create any Google documents, presentations, or spreadsheets as part of your Google Drive account. So if I want to create something new, maybe I want to have some interview questions for this chemistry job search, and it's not a file I've already created or already have on my computer. Wherever I want to create this, again, open up that folder. If I want it inside of Bugs Bunny, I go into here. If I want it into the chemistry job search, I make sure to follow this breadcrumb. So here I want to create a file within my chemistry job search 2016. If I go over to the new option, my options will open up for me. Google Docs is much like a Word document. Google Sheets is much like an Excel spreadsheet. And Google Slides are much like a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So kind of imitating the Microsoft products, you have these different items here. You can also go to more and you can download and use more apps that are available. I'm going to go ahead and create a Google Doc, which is much like a Microsoft Word product. When I open that, it's going to open up to an untitled document. And again, I'm multitasking so you can see the tab open. And I can put in here interview questions, and I can start putting in my information. If I want to give it a new name, I just come up here, and what's really nice is Google Docs will take the very first line or the very first paragraph of your document, spreadsheet, presentation, and put it in as the name. You can always add in more information. And again, I can click outside of it or press enter. Now, as soon as I close this, you will see there is my document. If I double click to open it, there it is. And I can add in information within here. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. So that's how you can add in different spreadsheets, presentations, or documents within your Google account. Now, as you're going through this, if you have any questions, please contact the GTS helpline at 507-933-6111. The last video in this series will talk about how to share this entire job search folder with the records management department, and then they can archive this information. Thanks so much.